Bueno, Ricardo.
No, el capitán Centella al habla. No, pero es otra pregunta. Eh, Resulta que me encontré con una, un conocimiento, a ver, no sé hasta qué grado es importante, pero que la verdad no lo sabía, te lo quiero consultar. Tiene que ver con el nudo del corazón, ¿no? Eh, Supuestamente la información, esto que lo copié un poco, pero igual es comentarios tanto de Muruganar como de Sadhu Om, y también creo que de Ramana Maharshi y de Annamalai Swami también, ¿no? Que algunos relatan su experiencia en una parte. Eh, pero bueno, no lo voy a leer porque creo que no vale la pena, pero básicamente es lo siguiente. Dice que el nudo es uno solo, el nudo en el corazón, ¿no es cierto? Pero hay tres aspectos de este nudo, tres aspectos o niveles, por decirlo así. El primero es identificación con el cuerpo barra respiración. El segundo aspecto es identificación con deseos y emociones. Y el tercer aspecto es el yo pensamiento, digamos. Sin embargo, es un solo nudo, pero con estos tres aspectos. Y por lo que entendí, se van disolviendo naturalmente. Primero creo que la identificación con el cuerpo y la respiración, después el de deseos y emociones y por último el yo pensamiento. Eh,
Todo eso colectivamente es el pensamiento yo.
Todo.
Yo soy el cuerpo que respira y que siente las emociones a través de los pensamientos, las tendencias, producidos por las
Claro,
tendencias.
sí, perfecto. Y César, no es una experiencia universal que se disuelvan de esta forma, ¿no es cierto? Por- Porque tengo entendido que hay buscadores que, no, que se disuelve más rápido, o sea, se funde que la mente queda absorbida por el ser más rápido y en otros se demora un tiempo, hasta que se desate el nudo completamente, digo.
Y en términos de indagación, mm, se sumerge el yo en la fuente, debido a que todo eso es el yo. Al el yo estar sumergido en la fuente, se va disolviendo todo eso. Si todo eso no ha sido disuelto por completo en el tiempo que la mente está sumergida en su fuente, entonces el yo surge de nuevo. Pero ellos no hablan de una disolución que va desapareciendo esto y esto y esto porque voy trabajando esto y esto y esto. No, es porque voy
Ah,
sumergiendo el yo en su fuente y todo lo demás se va disolviendo.
ah, al irse disolviendo que el yo es la causa de todo lo demás, ¿no?
Correcto.
Ajá.
Al sumergir el yo en su fuente se disuelven las tendencias, pero es muy raro que se disuelvan las tendencias e inmediatamente el yo y listo.
Ujú. César, también leí por ahí que, digámoslo así, para pasar de laya, de mano laya a mano nasa, puede demorar años o una vida, o vida.
No hay punto de referencia en realidad.
No hay punto de referencia. Ajá,
Varía de persona en persona.
ajá.
De la ausencia temporal a la ausencia permanente del ego, no hay nada que nadie pueda decir. Depende de la persona, del buscador.
Claro. De todas maneras, en ese punto el buscador ya no puede hacer, digamos, no hace, no depende del buscador, me refiero, depende de la gracia, ¿cierto?
Nunca nada dependió del buscador.
Del buscador, claro.
Se dice, se cree, porque se cree que hay un buscador, se habla a un buscador y se le dice a un buscador que tiene que hacer un esfuerzo, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Pero lo que siempre está operando es la gracia. Siempre está presente. De hecho, la gracia y el ser son lo mismo.
Y César, acá es dos renglones de Sadhu Om que dice así. Bueno, él está en sánscrito, el Buddhi Grandi, ¿no? O sea, eh, se disuelve cuando ya no hay esfuerzo por mantener la conciencia del yo. Ahora, aunque no haya esfuerzo para mantener la conciencia del yo, igualmente puede demorar desde el punto de vista de la mente años, ¿cierto?
Igual, si estás pidiendo una fecha y nadie te la puede dar.
Claro, claro, está bien, entiendo.
El intelecto ya hizo su trabajo, que es discriminar entre el sujeto y el objeto, ¿sí?
Mm.
La atención en el yo, para llevar la atención al yo. Cuando ya el intelecto hizo su función, entonces la atención empieza a ser llevada del sujeto al objeto, pues llega el momento que ya no hay que hacer el esfuerzo para
Sí,
hacer, para que suceda. Y en adelante todo va en piloto automático. Siempre fue así. Es una
sí,
forma, es una forma de decir, porque en ese momento te das cuenta tú
claro, exactamente, sí.
de que no estás haciendo un esfuerzo y te das cuenta de que tú nunca hiciste un esfuerzo, de que tú como tal, como ego, nunca exististe realmente. Y solo un pensamiento.
Pero César, ¿sería válido como buscador, tomar como referencia algún punto como para decir, bueno, eh, para decir de alguna manera, mi trabajo ya terminó, ahora me quedo tranquilo, porque no depende, bueno, nunca dependió de uno, pero ahora uno lo sabe, o lo está viviendo, digamos, ¿no es cierto? Que no depende de uno ya.
No entendí.
Digamos, como hay señales en el camino, sería válido para el buscador decir o inferir de que si están estas señales, eh, ya me quedo tranquilo porque va solo. El proceso ya va solo, digamos. Bueno, siempre fue solo, pero en un momento uno lo constata de que va solo. Anteriormente era una creencia, después ya no es una creencia porque uno está viendo que va solo, de hecho.
Y va solo entonces, ¿y quién queda ahí para hacer un esfuerzo?
Claro.
No tienes que repetírtelo. En darme cuenta de que la atención cae sobre mí mismo sin tener que hacer ningún esfuerzo, sin ejercer ninguna voluntad. ¿Mm? No hace falta la determinación, la voluntad. Ya no es voluntario, es involuntario, ya no es consciente, es inconsciente. ¿Mm? Ya no hay esfuerzo, es espontáneo.
Esto último, César, que teóricamente es de Anamalai Swami, él dice, en el momento de la disolución total, la respiración cesa completamente. Cuando la respiración vuelve, No hay duda de que el ser es lo único real. Eso sería una experiencia universal también. Digo que se suspende la respiración,
Y hay pérdida de conciencia del cuerpo.
si no, no. Ah,
Lo importante es que que no haya pérdida de conciencia de ser, es decir, que no te quedes dormido.
sí, entiendo. Ujú.
Es decir, no estás
Ajá.
ni dormido ni pensando. Eso es lo que llaman Jagrat Sushupti, dormir despierto.
Ujú.
Está tan quieta como cuando estaba dormida, pero aún así está despierta. Despierta y no pensando.
Ahora, César, estas referencias que dan respecto a, en este caso, estos maestros, ¿no? Estos sabios, respecto al nudo del corazón, digamos que uno puede leerlas, pero hay que olvidarse completamente, porque a lo mejor es para dar una especie de guía, pero luego hay que olvidarla, ¿no? Como siempre decís vos, olvidarse de todo, de esto, de todo, de todos los conceptos al final.
Puedes repetirlo.
Digo, esto que te acababa de decir de los tres aspectos del Granji o del nudo del corazón, eh, también hay que abandonarlos, porque, ¿no es cierto? Es decir, porque son conceptos también, digo, hay que abandonarlos,
Correcto. Aferrarse solo al pensamiento yo.
claro. Porque ellos hablan de esto para dar una guía al buscador, pero, pero después hay que abandonarlos, claro.
Hay que abandonar es la mente, que es el
Sí,
pensamiento, yo soy el cuerpo. El pensamiento yo, la mente también lo llama, el aspecto sutil de la mente, que es el que realmente nos interesa. Y ese es el nudo,
sí,
aquello que aparentemente ata a la conciencia como el cuerpo, es decir, aquello que hace creer que la conciencia tiene un cuerpo, que está limitada al cuerpo, que nació, que crece, que decae, que muere. ¿Mm? Si sumerges al yo en su fuente, no lo olvidas todo.
perdón, ¿cómo César?
Si sumerges al yo en su fuente, no lo olvidas todo. Y no te olvidas,
Sí,
te olvidas también de que eres el cuerpo.
sí, claro, sí,
Se resume a eso.
sí, bien, sí, sí.
Por eso que el que entendió realmente esto de verdad va directo al grano, no se enreda en todo ese laberinto conceptual, místico, espiritual, religioso, metafísico, directo a la fuente.
Bueno, César,
Mm.
nada más, es todo. Muchísimas gracias.
Introspección, introspección, introspección. La introspección no cesa nunca, simplemente continúa de manera espontánea, sin esfuerzo, permanentemente.
Perdón, César, esto vos lo has dicho, pero no, no es válido, o sea, no es conveniente para el buscador eh, observar observar de acuerdo a la experiencia que uno va teniendo, dónde tengo que usar la palabra necesariamente, dónde está parado, aunque vos me vas a, no hay, ya sé que no hay nadie que esté parado, pero eso lo sé intelectualmente solamente. Digo, porque en el camino hay señales, ¿no? Hay experiencias que se van teniendo, entonces de acuerdo a esas experiencias uno dice, se está en este punto de la montaña, digamos, ¿no? Eso, eso, eso es válido hacerlo, ¿o no?
No, supervisar tu progreso.
Y pero entonces, ¿para qué dan los maestros estas indicaciones?
Para aquellos que no pueden llevar a cabo la única que realmente vale la pena, que es mantener la atención en el yo.
Lo que pasa, César, que para ser sincero, no es, o sea, yo eh, estoy muy contento con la forma de ser que tengo y no podría hacerlo de otra manera este camino. O sea, necesito comprenderlo intelectualmente y después ¿no? Es mi forma, digamos, no sé si es mejor o peor, pero es la mía y no me arrepiento, sinceramente lo acepto, ¿no? Y bueno, yo
Más,
sé que posiblemente habrá un buscador que no pregunta nada, no quiere saber nada y está muy bien para él, pero no es mi camino. Pero bueno, bien,
¿camino de quién?
bueno,
No has entendido intelectualmente que lo único que realmente
bueno.
se puede hacer es llevar la atención al yo, si es que no puedes quedarte quieto de buenas a primeras. ¿No te ha quedado claro eso intelectualmente todavía? Ese es el camino.
Sí,
Ese es el camino.
no, sí,
Ese es
sí, sí,
el camino directo.
sí, 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 claro, sí, claro. Pues, nada más, muchas gracias.
La verdad no está, el
Sí.
ser no está en los libros,
No, yo sé.
ni es un concepto.
No, pero lo que te acabo de preguntar tiene que ver con experiencias que voy teniendo. Por ejemplo, han desaparecido deseos y esto está en un aspecto. Después también el tema de la respiración y bueno, por eso las preguntas, ¿no? Porque eh, y el yo pensamiento que evidentemente es a mí por lo menos lo más difícil de erradicar. Eh, pero bueno,
Mientras estés atento a otra cosa que no sea a ti mismo,
perdón, César, acá me vas a... Pero si no estuviera atento a mí mismo, ¿sería posible acaso que el centelleo esté permanentemente? No. Si la mente se exterioriza, el centelleo desaparece. ¿Sí o no? El hecho de que esté continuamente significa que la mente no se está exteriorizando. En alguna oportunidad mínimo puede ser, pero ya no. Esta es mi experiencia, pero a lo mejor
El hecho de que hagas la pregunta quiere decir que la mente está afuera ya. Está en el objeto, en este caso un objeto de conocimiento intelectual.
Mm.
Es decir, la atención está puesta en algo.
Mm.
Si el ego estuviera sumergido en su fuente, no hace la pregunta.
Sí, claro.
El hecho de que haga la pregunta quiere decir que surgió. El que tiene la duda es el ego. Si supieras que eres conciencia, la pregunta no surge.
No, claro, no, no. Sí, seguro, sí, sí. No,
Tienes el que reclama, que experimenta permanentemente el sentido y de una u otra quiere decir que está sumergido porque si no, no lo sintiera, todo eso es el ego. ¿Quién es el que lo experimenta?
¿cómo se? Ah, sí, entiendo, entiendo, sí. Mm. Sí, entiendo. Es muy sutil, entiendo. César, si la mente está, si se está permaneciendo en el ser, ahí mismo hay identificación con el cuerpo, aunque la mente, eh, ahí no, ¿no? Eh, si la mente está, si la mente permanece en el ser, ¿hay identificación con el cuerpo?
La mente
No.
sumergida en el ser quiere decir, nubla, 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 ya está, listo, ya está. Y cuando hay vacaciones o los niñitos, los vecinos, ya lo que ya escucha
Ah,
afuera empieza a ladrar, pero no por rabia,
ah,
lo que quiere es saludar. Sí, ¿no? Por eso usted se mueve la cola porque quiere ir a verlos, a saludar. Ni siquiera de guardiana, sino de pana. Si la mente sumergida en su fuente quiere, ¿qué es la mente? El pensamiento yo. La mente sumergida en su fuente quiere decir que el pensamiento yo está ausente. Entonces, ¿quién queda ahí para hacerle alguna pregunta o hablar de la experiencia de qué cosa, reclamar absolutamente nada?
sí.
Solamente la sal que está fuera del agua puede decir que está separada o que ella misma es el mar. En el agua no puede decir nada porque tiene la boca llena de agua, no puede hablar. Eso es lo que quiere decir, se sumerge, desaparece, el pensamiento yo se queda quieta. La mente está allí sin sobreponer a la conciencia o una identidad con el cuerpo, sin identificar a la conciencia con el cuerpo, sin limitar a la conciencia con el que ese es el nudo, ¿no?
Claro,
Del
sí.
que hablabas ahora.
Bueno, César, muchas gracias, nada más.
Listo.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Ok. Ronca.
Cesar. Uh, Yesterday I was doing fine and doing the inquiry, and it was nice. There are some really nice moments. I go out and I don't know, and I think, who am I? And I look and I'm all of that, and it's all fine. And then today comes, and then today comes, and um, and today I'm wondering, like, what's what's the point of all this happening? Like, what's the point of this form? Why is there this particular form, and why is it going to these particular things it's going through? And I can't figure that out, and it makes no sense. Because I was trying to, like, like, to pray, and it's so silly because who am I praying to? All this trouble and everything was like created by the same thing that's wondering about it. Like,
You're praying to yourself.
yeah, so, but it doesn't, it's not, I don't know, I'm probably not doing it or correctly today or, or something. It's
No, I understand
like,
that
why, like, why am I going through whatever I'm going? Like, why am I here? What's the point of this and purpose of this thing? Like, is there a lesson here that I need to learn, or is it whatever, I can do something or lay down and die, or it just
as
because
long as long as I means body, means as long as the ego is present, which is the questioner, then questions and doubts will be there. If the ego disappears, then who is there to ask any question, to have any doubt about what? Right?
Yeah, well, today it's not disappearing, and like I can see it. It wants to go back into the loop. It's like dragging me. It feels more comfortable in the loop and wants to go back in the loop. But the
Because
loop doesn't make sense. But the
the,
other thing doesn't make sense either.
well, but this makes sense and that doesn't make sense is also the story of the same person.
I know. The most annoying thing is I know what you're going to say. You just- But it's I feel defeated, like I'm not doing the inquiry, but I'm also not doing the things I like should
Because
be.
you're wondering about all this stuff. Instead of I wonder who is asking this question, who is interested about it. So when the I comes, the confusion comes. Can you see that? And
Yes.
that is a self-defense mechanism. So the answer to your question is in the statement itself. The tendencies are the responsible of these thoughts and the appearance of all this. Once you know that the consciousness alone is, and that you are that consciousness, that you are a non-dual, single, undivided, absolute existence, then who is there to ask a question about what? To be confused about what? To decide what, to know what, and the rest of it.
Why do I even bother asking anything?
No, you must. And that's okay, because if you don't do so, you don't know what is going on. But somehow, at the back of your head, you know that you are back in the loop or on the way to the loop, that you are in a trap. So
Yes.
the purpose that you ask a question and I give an answer is to strengthen the possibility of stepping out of that trap, stepping out of that loop quicker.
Yeah.
The moment comes, as soon as you see the I rising, together with all its stuff and questions and doubts and knowledge and opinions and experiences and blah, 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 as soon as you see it rising, it collapses there and then in its very place of origin. When this begins to happen spontaneously, automatically, there is no way back. Even if the ego bounces back, you won't be affected by it. You won't be bothered. I'm telling you by my own experience. I remember when my little stupid enlightened spiritual ego was like juggling around. Or even though some tendencies came to disturb or whatever, right? Then I went to satsang and Mr. Ratanlal said, the ego of the wise now and then jumps and bumps, but he's not affected by it, right? There is nothing to worry about. And then he looked at me, right, to let me know that what he said was for me and not to inflate my spiritual ego when he said the wise, the ego of the wise jumps and bumps, right? But it is automatically ignored and there is no identity with it. We know oneself to be the witness of the mind. So the mind can jump back and try to play this and that and whatever, even can run the business for a while. But first of all, one is not affected by it because it will not leave no imprint.
The thing is, I need to like find in a practical way. I still I have to live this like everyday practical life, right? I can't avoid that. Even though I've been even avoiding that today, like so
That's
there
also
is
that. The mind go to the slackness state, to the dull
yes,
state, right?
yes,
One thing is having nothing to do. You may need some rest, you may go to sleep. No harm, right? But there is no sense of avoidance, right? Because there is will working in the opposite direction. First, there is the will to achieve, to conquer, to uh, access, to experience, obtain, right? And there is the will. It's an effort not to do any of that. So we are making effort even to remain dull. Can you see that?
I can see.
Then whatever has to be done, then by all means, what choices are there?
The situation is like this. There are like so there is this like practical situation, like this mess I'm currently in, and I really need to find the way out of it in a very practical sense, and so there is my mind keeps working on solving that, and then I go into this state of everything will work out fine, everything will work out just the way it should. but then maybe I should work more, maybe I should try harder.
Go on, I'm listening, I'm listening.
Are you?
Yeah. But who is asking, who has this, see, for whom is the confusion? Can you see that the I arises, okay, and then all this, the thought I arises, and then all the thoughts arises. Shall I be working hard? Shall I be working less hard? Shall I be doing this? Shall I be working more? Shall I be resting? All this starts with the thought I. Okay? And then all of the thoughts are the I thought.
I
So
know, but
strike this I down by inquiring who is it, from where it arises, from where it came from. And the whole story comes to an end. Because you will do what you are meant to do. There is no need for us to raise the question, what am I supposed to be doing? Because it is preordained, it's predestined, right?
how do you know it's predestined? This is now we're coming to this question. Is it really predestined, or do I have the question is, who is this I who has who has the ego, thinks it has the influence, but does it not? Is it the
Even if,
self that has the it
e-
just
even
but
if
you see my
yes, I understand the question. Even if what is predestined or preordained could be fixed, diminished, get reduced, or disappear completely, it cannot be done by I, but by the surrendering of this I. Can you see that? Because the activity of I created all that. So the activity of I cannot destroy that, or reduce that, or to change that. Hmm?
What do you mean it can't? Like, you see
How can you
those
stop?
diligent.
How can you stop action by the means of action? And how can you stop thinking by the means of thinking? It makes no sense. It's a contradiction.
That I agree. But what about the practical aspect of it? For example, I don't know, if you're hungry, you have to go and catch an antelope and eat, you know?
Even while you're talking and what I am answering is already preordained. You and I are just reading the script. That's all. And apparently there is an I and you doing so.
I'm just floating, and in a moment everything is fine, and then in next moment I'm like scared shitless about
The
what is about to
moment,
happen.
one moment the ego is not there, or it is at least quiet, and in the other moment the ego is there, jumping and bumping.
But the ego the ego wants the guarantee. If I surrender, everything will be all right.
Yeah,
That's what ego wants.
otherwise I keep on driving the car like he was ever driving
Yes.
the car. He was never driving the car. The ego is like a child that the father bought a toy, which is a driving wheel, and attached the toy, see, to the front part of the car, and the boy is seated, see, in the co-pilot seat, okay, playing with the toy. He believes he's driving the car. The father is the one that is driving the car.
Yeah,
So
but
the boy says, I will release the driving wheel, okay, if there is a guarantee that we are not going to crash. Like he was ever driving, you know my point. Like he was ever in charge of anything.
like a part of me sees that, And also a part of me sees, like lazy people amount to nothing, hardworking people amount to something, like there's a cause and consequence in life, in everyday life. And if I avoid my problems, they tend to get bigger, and if I deal with them, I tend to solve them. This is what every
Even
day
if
at
even
least
if you try
appears.
even if you try to correct yourself, okay, you are creating more karma. Even if you were a bad person, a sinner, or whatever it is, if you try to correct yourself, you are creating more karma. The only way out is this: the ego is out. See, there's no other way. The ego has to go by becoming aware of the fact that it is not there.
You can't play both games,
No,
right?
you can't.
You have to choose to play this or the other game, right?
Yes.
So I have to choose now, or otherwise I will be like flipping
Yes.
back and forward.
Yes.
Okay. And this is where faith comes in, right?
In the teachings, yeah, in the knowledge or the truth.
But before you really get the knowledge, you have to have faith, right?
Yeah, why do I go to a teacher or a master and I ask any question and then see, master, please help me. And then he give. Why do you go to the doctor with a headache and ask for meditation if you are not going to take the medicine? Why do you even go there? The doctor give you paracetamol, but you say, you know what? I think I would better do something else.
Because I'm not sure if the paracetamol will really help or not. That's the
Yes,
question.
yes.
I
Now,
don't take the paracetamol because I doubt the paracetamol.
what do you want? What the ego want is a guarantee that if it surrenders, life is going to
Yes,
be smooth, garden of roses, everything nice. No.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I can see the game, this like earthly game, but I still tend to play it. There is still a pull to play the
Now,
game.
listen carefully.
I'm listening.
If you surrender the ego, you know that you are consciousness. If you know that you are consciousness, you know that you are unaffected by any phenomenon. And then if life goes like this or like that, you won't bother about it. Are you following? So it's not
Yes.
about life going in this direction or that direction, right?
I mean, you have to leap off the cliff into the darkness. It feels like that.
Yeah, but you will not reach the bottom. You will disappear on the way. You will not even hit the ground. Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the
Because
thing.
this is like
Yes.
darkness is asking, please switch on the light so I will go on the way to light. If you switch on the light, darkness will disappear. It will not experience the light. It will simply disappear. But you are not what is going to disappear. You are not what appears and disappears. You are that which is permanent, right? Whatever appears and disappears is not real. Real is that which is permanent. You are that already.
Mm,
Everything disappears in deep sleep, right?
yes.
Are you worried about it? No, you are happy. You are looking forward to that experience when you go to bed. Bag at that, I'm gone, right? And then you happily disappear. You die in deep sleep. It's a small death.
Yes.
Death is the absence of body consciousness, right?
Yes.
So you at night make sure that the coffin, right, is nice and cozy and your pillow and your lovely blanket so you can rest in peace at least for 6 hours, right?
Yeah, but when I go to sleep, I have faith that I will wake up in the morning,
Ah, well,
right?
you,
You expect to wake up in the morning.
I go to
If
sleep. I will go to sleep hoping that that's it. This is the last chapter.
Yeah, but you know what I
Every
mean.
time I
And
feel
right
this,
now, it
every
takes
time I,
some faith to let go of this, I don't know, apparent safety of the known to take a leap into the unknown.
see, when the ego is gone, even if you feel dizzy, you're going to say, oh, Jesus, that's it, gone, bye. See, that is the whole point. To get to this, to the scariest moment, see, the whole point is to reach without fear the most scary moment of our life, which is death, right?
I didn't hear what you said because you froze for a while.
Yeah. See, the whole point of this is to reach without fear the scariest moment of life, which is death. So you can just imagine that possibility, and that's it. No struggle, no fear, no just.
Yeah.
But for that, you must die in advance.
That's
Because
what Jesus said.
yes, because the real death is not the death of the body, it's the death of the ego. Means the idea, it's only an idea, I am the body, right?
Yeah. Um, mm. And it's like I can see, like, at the same time I can see the struggle, and at the same time it's very scary, but on the other hand, it's quite,
So this
I
is
don't know, it's
this is
fun, it's ridiculous.
this is good news. Normally, the ego behave in this way when it's really close to its death. How Ramana Maharshi himself realized the self? What triggered his awakening? Fear of death. He had an experience where he said, my God, I'm going to die. There was no doubt he was going to die. The experience was so strong that he actually rehearsed his experience of death. He went to a room and said, okay, let me die. He didn't even tell anything to anybody. Let me die. And then he realized, I cannot die. See?
He surrendered. And that's why sometimes when you're in the direst of the circumstances, when there is nothing to lose, like, I'm gonna die either way, so I might as well surrender. Right?
Yes.
That he's not the only one that um that's the moment when it happened, because, like, I'm gonna die now anyway, so I'm yeah. Well, not me. I'm I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it.
I
Yes.
know, I know. It's a very unpleasant state. But everybody has to try. We have to die consciously to know that we cannot die, right?
Yeah. But this physical aspect is still worried about its future.
Can you hear that?
What? I
No,
can't hear.
you cannot hear anything, no? Good.
No, no, I can't. But it's funny, like when I'm okay, I'm still moving forward, even though everything looks like it's gonna like crumble at any moment. It's a weird situation. So
And you are going to be placed in situations like that until you surrender, until you say, that's it, I cannot do this anymore. For how long can I be in this situation, in that stage? Let's see, let go.
it's just, yeah, but yeah, yesterday, for example, yesterday I was in a state. Remember that story when the guy fell off the cliff because the tiger was chasing him? So he caught onto a branch.
Oh,
So
yes.
there's a tiger above, and there is like a precipice below,
Mm.
and then there was a strawberry. Remember the strawberry?
Mm.
Yeah, and he had the strawberry, and it was the best strawberry he ever had in his life. So I was hanging on the cliff yesterday and eating strawberries, and I was fine. You know, like yesterday. I was just I'm thinking these strawberries are really, really good, you know.
No,
and
you are
and
that.
then
That is not your case. You are the case of the guy that falling from from the cliff. It got hold to a branch, right? And
I
then,
should go to the
wait.
branch now.
He's just holding to a branch, right? There's nobody up. There is only the ABs at
Now.
the bottom. And then he starts crying, help, help, anybody there? And a voice comes and says, yes. Who is it? God. Help. And God says, okay, let go. And I say, what? No. And then he's getting tired, he's getting tired. He starts again, help, please, somebody help. And the voice comes back, let go. And the guy is already exhausted and he says, is anybody else there? This is right.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
Yeah,
you. Anybody else?
that's a good description of the situation.
Nothing is gonna happen. It's gonna be fine.
Is there anybody? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I heard you cool Caesar, but if is there anybody there, that can deal with this situation? Yes. The worst thing is to stay in the middle, like not neither here nor there.
No, no, no. Get out of the middle of the, you're in the middle of the way. Get out of the way. See, neither here nor there, nor in the middle. See, you as the ego are not, you as the ego don't exist. You as the ego appear to be. And you as the ego appear only as a thought. See, as a thought. I am the body. That gives the impression that there is a person there in the body, or that the body is a person. Either that you are the individual body, or you are an individual soul in the body. It's also a soul. See? So you as consciousness are there. As the ego, you are not there. It appears to be there. You appear to be there.
Yeah, everything appears to be here.
Everything appears and disappears. So it's not real. Real is you, because you exist when everything appears, and when everything disappears, you exist. So don't worry. See, you cannot not
Yeah.
you cannot not exist. See, you cannot cease to exist. It's impossible. What you are is absolute existence, identical with consciousness, which natural state is bliss. That's all. That's all what you need to know.
So
So
back to inquiry.
all this is going to happen. Ignore it completely. All the fears, all closer you get to the moment of saying goodbye, it can become more shaky, right?
Yeah.
But don't take that to be yourself. You are not the mind, you are not the body. Actually, the mind is, if there is no thought, I am the body, or the thought body, there is no body, there is only the self. The body doesn't say, I am the body. The world doesn't say, I am the world. Who says, I am the body, and there is a world, is the mind. And that is a thought. I am the body, and there is a world, or that is thought. Apart from thoughts, there is no mind, and nothing else is there.
Mm. The fear is that I won't be able to realize my true nature.
As the ego,
So I won't achieve that, but I won't either like deal with the other side, and I will be left with like nothing, not the realization,
you cannot
not the
find the self as the self because you are the self. The ego cannot realize the self, and the self is already realized because you are already the self. So you have to surrender, and then you as the ego disappear, but you as the self will remain.
and what if I don't realize this, that I am the self, and I still remain in the identification with my body, and the body hasn't dealt with all the shit that it
No,
was
you can't.
supposed to.
You cannot.
What?
You are there is either ego or not. You cannot have. There is no. You cannot go side each side. Either there is ego or not.
Yeah, see, but what if like my if I remain in the ego? What if I don't break out of the ego? And that's you see what I mean?
When why do you doubt that you can do that? Why don't you doubt that you are the doubter?
That's where faith comes in again.
Doubt that you are the doubter. Question the questioner. Who the hell is this I?
I want a guarantee if I surrender that I will, like if I go this way, that I will like achieve, like it will it will like be revealed. Because if it's scary that I might abandon all this and go this way and nothing happens.
Then you have
And
to
that's scary.
then
What?
faith has to be there, right?
Faith has to be there, yes.
Then the trust in the saints, sages, and gurus that spoke about this before and what they spoke about it must be there too. Otherwise, It's like I ask
So
somebody, how do I get to downtown? And somebody who knows downtown says, you take this way, but you doubt the guy and you say, you know what, I'm going better elsewhere because I'm not sure that I will get to downtown. I'm not sure that this guy is telling me the truth, so I don't trust or have faith in this fellow. Or
exactly, exactly. Well, right now I'm doubting the guy. That's where I need some help.
see, I have no doubt that you can do it, but you doubt yourself. Right?
Yes, yes,
So I have more faith in you, right?
yes,
That you have faith in me and the teaching and all
yes,
that. So
yes,
I
yes.
will never tell you to give up. I can't.
Okay.
You want to give up? Fine, but don't ask me to support.
No, 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 no. You see, when you say you can give up, then it's a big no. Then it's a big no. One, but the thing is, once you start going that way, there is no turning back, is there?
Listen, you have, girl, you are mortally wounded. You are just bleeding to death. So you better surrender.
Okay.
There is
Yes.
there is a song. I don't know if you know this singer. I used to like him very much. Some of them, I like him still. His name is oh Jesus. It's not Jesus. It's Tom. Tom what? Tom Waits.
Tom Waits, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
And there is a song that is called Romeo is Bleeding. So you remind me that song.
Yes.
Romeo is bleeding.
What's the 3P? Perseverance,
Patience and purity.
patience,
Purity means
purity.
the inquiry has to be done with a pure mind, with a mind that is fairly quiet, tranquil, in harmony, and unselfish. Because unselfish means that whatever the mind does is not expecting anything out of it, because the mind will get nothing out of it. The mind will disappear. The inquiry dissolves the inquirer. There is no answer for the question, who am I? The question, who am I, dissolves the questioner.
Yes. And at moments, it's like I look outside and there's everything I'm all that. There's a feeling like, look at those palm trees.
That's the
That's the same thing.
see, you will not lose the capacity to feel, to think. You will not lose your memory, right? You will just lose your ego, that's all, nothing else. The world will go on exactly as it is.
Okay.
The world didn't get any better after I realized that the ego doesn't exist. Actually, it became worse, right? I myself am here. That I mean, hello, anything can happen anytime, right?
Okay. Yeah, this was helpful. It's been this have been yeah, okay. Thank you.
Nobody knows. Look what happened to Jesus and Socrates.
Thank you. That's very reassuring. Look what happened to Jesus, and he was fine.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is that you don't know. Nobody knows. It's those who lose their life will save it, and those who save it will lose it. Those who try to save it will lose it. Right?
Yes.
So the meaning of life here is the knowledge of being that which cannot die, that which is life itself. Life cannot die. How can you say, I will lose my life? Then what life is that? A life that you can lose, you cannot call it life, right?
Yes, yes. That's the thing. I'm trying to save my life right now because it really looks like it needs saving.
No, what you're trying to save is an image of yourself by attaching yourself with a particular experience that you want to give continuity, which is pleasant, right?
I'm also trying to save my house, you know?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Even Jesus had his moment of doubt.
Yes, what can we expect?
Yes.
I never said this is really easy, but I didn't say that it's going to be easy, right? Because what can be more easy than to be? Than just being, than to do nothing, than to be still. Nothing can be easier than.
Yes.
But why do we find it difficult? Because
Why?
we are used to make efforts. It's
Yes.
the habit of struggle,
Yes.
of effort, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. And especially in this moment, it feels like I should put more effort than ever. But anyway, yeah. Whatever effort I'm putting in,
No,
it's not
but we
working.
cannot stop making the effort. The effort is not to become still. We cannot stop making the effort of thinking about something, right? Of wanting something, of rejecting something, right? Of liking, disliking, and all that stuff. This is effort. See, Mr. Ratanlal used to give us such a simple example. He will say, this is attachment. An attachment means effort. See? The effort. This is detachment. See? Is to let go of the effort. It's the end of the end of the effort. But we have been trained these muscles. See? The muscles that closes the hand are very strong. And then the muscles that opens the hand, they are weak. See? Because it hasn't been exercised for a while. Right?
It's really, really helpful when we talk.
It is. That's the whole point.
Yes. Like it helps me focus back on what's important. Yeah, but the thing is, I've been trying to play both games at the same time, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Also, we were talking about Jesus. So you cannot serve God and the ego. You cannot have two bosses. That means either you follow your tendencies, right? Or you don't. So there is a possibility to function without being conditioned by our prejudices, right? Even though it is already preordained, so you will not like or dislike what you think, say, or do because it is preordained, right?
How do you know it's preordained?
Obviously, look at your life, right? How many things you wanted to have or experience, but you couldn't? And how many things you wanted to avoid things and you couldn't? That means there is something else, right? Whatever the reason it is, huh? That is more powerful than I. So, where is how far my apparent individual will can go? Even when God comes in human form, it appears to, to, to be having limited experiences, right? And to be subject to struggle and all that stuff. Krishna was born in jail. The darkest night of the year, because it was a it was a moon, how you call eclipse, and
Yeah, moon eclipse.
and his mother was jailed for the wrong reason, right? Then Arjuna was complaining, say, why you make life so miserable? Why so much troubles and challenges and all that stuff? And Krishna said to Arjuna, since I am born, everybody wants either to kill me or to trouble me. So what can you expect? So what you are complaining about? So in a way, it makes no sense. And sooner or later, you will realize the beauty of it. My God, it's so good that it makes no sense, right? That the only meaning of all this is to understand that there is no meaning. That the only thing to understand is that there is nothing. If there is no two, who is going to understand what? And for whom something is going to have a meaning or a purpose or anything. When this knowledge settles down, the self alone is. Everything else is gone. Concepts are gone. Ideas are gone. Beliefs are gone. Ego is gone. Suffering is gone. All that appears when the ego appears. And all that disappears when the ego disappears.
Yeah. Mm. Before this, I was reading a book where this guy explains if you go beyond like your body, your time, and your mind, and you connect to the field or whatever, and then you can influence your views. So, which is totally opposite.
It
That's
is,
also what's
it is,
confusing me.
it is possible, but you're going to be happy again for a little while. Because this event that you are going to create is not isolated from the rest. And the influence of the rest will come to you sooner or later. And then you're going to be miserable again. And you're going to be in that loop of being happy for some time and miserable for some time. And under the illusion that happiness depends upon the circumstances, that happiness depends upon something external, an object, a person, a particular place, and so on. when happiness is your true nature, which is independent from anything. You see why the sage can happily die because they're already happy. See, they are happily eating, they are happily working. See, because that's what they are. A mixture of peace, love, and happiness. The rest are just sensory experiences, pleasure, pain. There is no love, there is no peace, and there is no happiness in the world. In the world, there is only pleasure and pain. That's all. Everybody can say that. That is everybody's experiences, right? So when the mind keeps quiet because it got what it wants, right? I got this, finally. My beloved husband, he said, I do. Actually, I'm not in peace until he said, I do. Every every bride is stressed until the guy says, I do. Right? Will he say I do? Because there is a chance that even the priest says, if somebody has something to say, and they, oh God, I hope nobody shows up and says, me, I am pregnant of the guy. Right? So when I know his mind, I'm so happy. But why I'm happy? Because my mind already kept quiet, stopped the effort to, to get something because I got it. So the seeking stopped, searching is stopped, effort is stopped, mind becomes still, sinks in the heart, and the happiness, right, is that this is what we are, not what we got.
But there is also, I was reading about this thing in psychology called hedonic treadmill. Like whatever happens in your life, whether good or bad, for a while you will be much happier or much unhappier. But after a while, you will go to your baseline of happiness where you were before the event, anyway.
Exactly.
So yeah, whatever happens outside, it will take you out of that for a while, and then you have to keep, pumping the tires to
The
keep going.
happiness is oneself. When the mind becomes active again, it covers it, right? It's veiling the self, is a veil of ignorance, see, what covers consciousness that doesn't allow us to know what we actually are, even when we are what we actually are always.
So it's better to be happy without the house than unhappy with the house.
You can be happy with or without. Know who you are, and then you will be happy with
Yeah.
or without this, that, or the other.
Yeah, but right now I'm placing my happiness on keeping the house.
Yeah. Do, do,
Yes.
do your best, but don't get attached to any particular result. You want
Okay.
something, try. By all means, you may succeed, you may not, right? Be happy either way.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I see what you're saying.
You don't want to lose something, also try. Do your best, right? Because you will end doing it because you have predestined to do it. But the result,
And also I can be happy in the process.
that's the whole point.
Yes.
I am not waiting to go to the beach to be happy. I am happily going to the beach. See, when you know what is the nature of the world, then it's temporary, right? Then you may have it or you may not, right? You may try to get it. You may not get it, you might get it. See, you will not lose your center, right? You will not lose yourself anymore in the world. Baba used to say, first realize the self and then do whatever you want, marry and all that stuff. First remove the ego and then go for the rest. What's the point to going for the rest as the ego? It's going to be a miserable life. Even the richest
Okay.
people in the world, they have moments of misery, moments of suffering, of anger, of envy, of pride, all that stuff. So they're going to be affected by it. People of power, there is no happiness there.
Yeah, I used to watch this. There's this reality show, The Housewives of Beverly Hills, about some super, super rich housewives. And I mean, these women have everything that you can imagine. And the thing is, they just live their normal lives like every of us do, with just bigger houses and more stuff and more, jewelry. But it's the same. It's the nature of the people is the same. They maybe have less worries about, definitely, if you have to worry about what you're going to eat, that's a miserable life. But once you get over the basics of life, it really doesn't matter.
Servants, food, everything. They have to take pills to sleep. And then when I went to India, I look at these sadhus. They were using stones as a pillow. Okay, and they were sleeping like babies. They were not even bothered by the mosquitoes.
Yeah, I hope I don't get there. But yes, I see what you mean. Although I didn't like those sadhus around the Ramana ashram. Like it like half of them are just fake, aren't they?
Can be, yeah.
Yeah, they just, taking the easy way out. Like I'm gonna slide down, smoke weed, and get everything I need from people, which is
They're just
okay,
beggars.
that's a way of life, but
Just
they're
beggars.
not what they pretend to be. Yes.
They're just beggars.
Yes. Okay. So after all this talk, the thing is just pay attention to the eye and see.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how much we speak, and that's okay because you need to let that
Yes.
go. You need to let that out, right?
Yes.
And then you will find at the end, go back to the same point. Go back to the I,
Mm.
from,
Yeah.
from where all this started.
Mm. Okay. But it's easier because when you get these things off your mind, then the mind is, as you said, less troubled by these thoughts, and then you can do the
The
inquiry.
moment comes that it doesn't matter even the quantity of and the quality of the thoughts, right? You know that there is something there that is not bothered by them, and you know that that is yourself. It may not be fully clear, but there is something there that remains untouched, unaffected,
Yes.
and becomes more and more evident that this is I, right? And eventually that knowledge becomes permanent.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah, right now it's not obvious, but it's like I can see it out of the corner of my eyes. Something. It's like I can smell it. And then the thoughts, the same thoughts come, the same quantity and quality, but they seem like they're quieter. I don't know, like
Yes. But
they're
because
in.
you believe to be the ego, then it is not clear that you are that. When the ego is not there, it is absolutely clear that you are that.
Yes.
See, I am not the body, I am that. See?
It's just so vague now, like very, very vague.
Eventually,
Okay, thank
eventually,
you, Cesar.
eventually it will be the opposite, the opposite. That is more evident and the ego is very vague. Mm.
Okay,
It turns around the wheels, the coin flips.
eventually.
Mm.
Anyway, the Romeo is wounded.
Romeo is bleeding.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay. There is a nice video of that song in YouTube. Yes, the version that I like is a concert in Austin City, 1978. Romeo is bleeding.
Hola César, y hola a todos. Escuchándote hablan con Tonga, me llevaba a este punto donde cuando comienzo la indagación siempre hay el deseo de encontrar algo para liberarme. Y me planteaba ahora, escuchando la conversación, y claro, y ya me ha ocurrido antes, donde indago y sé que indago para conseguir liberarme del ego, con lo cual estoy atrapada. ¿Y cómo soltar ese deseo que me lleva a la indagación, el propio deseo que me lleva a indagar? Y me ha llegado ahora y he estado callada y en silencio porque si suelto el deseo, ya no hay necesidad de indagación, hay paz.
Sí, pero esa paz es mental,
Sí, la mente se calma,
pero no desaparece.
pero no desaparece. Pero es una paz que no desea, bueno, no, estoy simplemente hablando de lo que he descubierto en este satsang, ¿sabes? Como manera de
Mientras,
seguir con ello.
mientras no sumas la paz mental, como la paz real, todo está bien.
Vale,
Porque
muy
la
bien,
paz mental, al ser mental, no puede ser real. Si va a desaparecer, es decir, la mente se va a activar.
eso es.
El silencio real es permanente.
Ujú, sí,
Ahora, darse cuenta del silencio real requiere de que la mente esté quieta.
eso es.
Cuando uno sabe que ese silencio no se va a ninguna parte y que ese silencio es lo que uno realmente es, entonces si la mente está activa o no, es más, no sabes si estás pensando, si no estás pensando, porque no hay dos, uno que sepa acerca de lo otro.
Sí. Y entonces, para que todo eso se dé, tengo que soltar el deseo de que todo eso se dé, el deseo que me lleva a satsang, de estar en paz.
La mente quieta lleva al conocimiento de la
Mm,
conciencia, pero mucha gente confunde la mente quieta con la conciencia. Así es.
sí, sí, te sigo, sí. Eso lo veo porque en la mente quieta también se percibe el yo, que la ve. Parece está el ego que ve la mente quieta, ¿no?
El ego se ve a sí mismo quieto.
Eso es. Luego se ve a sí mismo quieto. Pero para mí ahora,
El que no está pensando es un pensamiento.
ya,
Yo, ¿no?
pero
Yo no estoy
sí,
pensando, yo experimento paz, yo estoy muy tranquilo, yo no quiero nada, pero yo todavía significa cuerpo.
ya,
Ese es el pensamiento. Los demás pensamientos se fueron, pero el pensamiento yo todavía está allí.
sí. Pero el de, sí, es que para mí no tener el deseo de alcanzar la liberación del ego, sí me resulta, yo entro ahí en una trampa, digo, ¿cómo? Si yo lo quiero, ¿cómo lo voy a soltar? Si es por esto por lo que yo estoy aquí. Entonces, cuando lo suelto, que es un acto de fe, es lo que estabas hablando con Tonga, lo suelto, es un acto de decir, es que me rindo por cansancio. Y ahí he sentido la paz de la mente, pero ahí también sé como por ahí tengo que pasar, o sea, tengo que estar en la paz mental, con lo cual,
Sí, la quietud mental.
en la quietud mental, sí, donde lo olvido todo y lo suelto todo. Como tú dices, que a mí esa frase obviamente me ayuda mucho. Mm, pero es una paradoja, ¿no? La indagación. porque es el propio yo que va a morir. Es muy extraño.
La indagación hace que la mente dirija su atención hacia su fuente. Al hacerlo, desaparece en su fuente. Es decir, primero la idea de que es real y segundo de que existe separada. Yo soy la conciencia. Creo ser la mente. Yo como mente pregunto quién soy yo, ¿verdad? ¿De dónde surgen los pensamientos de mí? ¿De mí quién? Eso hace que se dirija la atención hacia la fuente.
Ujú. Pero entonces ahí hay curiosidad, que ya es un deseo. A ver, es eso lo que yo dirijo la atención hacia mí.
La atención va al pensamiento yo y el pensamiento yo se pone atención a sí mismo. El deseo es necesario para llevar la atención al pensamiento yo. Cuando está la atención en el
Vale,
pensamiento yo, ¿de qué vale el deseo de poner la atención en el pensamiento yo si ya está allí?
ahí es donde,
Ahí es
ya,
donde César debe cesar el esfuerzo.
vale.
El esfuerzo es solamente cuando la atención va hacia algo, cuando sale del yo. ¿Sí? Sí, cuando el
Ujú.
yo surge, es decir, cuando empieza a correr detrás de algo.
Sí,
Entonces la atención vuelve otra vez al yo.
yo. Y se rinde. No, vuelve al yo para nada, vuelve al yo y ahí para el deseo. O yo siento a veces que va al yo, pero quiere atravesar el yo, ir a donde
No, no.
es lo que pasa, el deseo continúa.
La conciencia es la que va a absorber a ese yo.
Sí, ahí es donde me rindo, suelto el deseo, lo entrego, ese deseo lo entrego,
Si la
¿no?
mente está quieta, ¿quién va a estar ahí pensando que está entregando nada? La
Vale,
indagación es la rendición. La rendición te lleva a ese estado.
vale, me va llevando, se va cincelando, se van cayendo capas,
No,
eso sí,
la rendición
no.
hace que la mente se quede quieta, al igual que lo hace la indagación.
Ujú. Vale.
Luego la conciencia, el poder de la conciencia, simplemente va a absorber
Ujú. Mm.
a- a la-
Sí.
al pensamiento yo soy el cuerpo. Vas a pensar,
Pensamiento. Sí, lo voy entendiendo y voy integrándolo vez más. Llevo ya casi un año y voy entendiendo van ocurriendo cosas, eso sí. Así que nada, por hoy creo que es la hora, César, para que puedas descansar.
no, tengo que colgar la ropa ahora, hacer una diligencia, buscar a Indra en el colegio, preparar la cena.
Un día ocupado. Bueno, César, muchas gracias.
Nos vemos a la noche.